G'day legends, just doing a bit of a video in the fish room, a few ideas that I'm thinking about. As you know, I change my mind a lot. What I'm thinking one week, it's a good chance that'll change. So long weekend here in SA, so I've got 3 days, I'll be able to get a heap of stuff done out here. Got to do water changes this weekend on every tank and every tub, so that takes me about 3 or 4 hours. So I'll do that this weekend. But one thing I will be doing is I'll be going to the nursery and I'm going to go buy several plants, because I'm trying to get more plants in the room. As you can see, they look pretty cool once they get going, and obviously they're growing pretty well. I've got them in these things because when I buy them they're pretty weak and didn't really have anything to hold them in place. The lids on these aquariums were shocking, so I didn't use them because they're just one piece of glass, so they're kind of pointless. But, so I bought all these things, so I sit them in them and the roots just grow out, as you can see. They probably don't look as good in them as just the root system on its own, but at the time that's what I needed, so I'm going to go buy another heap anyway. Might go buy about 6 or 7 more plants just to get some more in the fish room. As you can see, they're growing. They're going mad. They're off and running. There is still heaps of tanks that don't have plants though. So obviously they're down here. Sometimes when I do videos you probably don't see these ones as much. But and then you got shoots off running into the tanks as well. So I don't know, I like the look of it. So obviously they only get thicker and better. Just got to make sure it doesn't block the light, obviously. You need a certain amount of light to get into those tanks. There's just one plant jammed in that end tank and it's just going absolutely mad. Just running all the way out to the top. I haven't really tried to control that one. But yeah, so I'll go get some more plants. Most of them are just like a pothos. Dark leaves, then you got the lighter green leaves, bits and pieces. So that's going to be this weekend's job, to get more plants out here. As you see, I've kind of got bits and pieces around, but there's still plenty of room to put more. And then obviously I've got some plants up in these top ones. And the theory is that they'll grow through that frame and extend, which they have started. This one here, it's going along there and it's working its way down that pole. So I might run a few bits of fishing line between these main poles, and then the vine can run there, and that way I'll have some covering the roof a bit. But yeah, just depends, I guess. Go too mad and it takes over, it might get a bit too much, but we'll wait and see, I guess. But other than that, the fish room is going awesome. Can't really complain too much. I've also ordered a heap of plants inside the tanks. Most of them, a few are Novus, which are the same as what I always order. They seem to do well in my tanks, which is these ones. I think they called it a Novus Nana, to be honest. Gets a little white flower on the end of it. I've got a few of them and they all seem to do okay with my lighting and how so I thought I'll stick with what's working. The other plants that I've ordered, I didn't order any of these ones, but I probably should have, because they've gone absolutely mad and taken over, is this stuff here, which you can have either in a pot or just floating. I think it's like a wisteria type. I can't remember the name of it. Should have some here somewhere that we can look at. There's one in there. So it's that one back there. As you can see, it grows up, and it's probably not the best example, but it is quite good. So these are the new fish I got the other day. They're platies. There's a red tuxedos in there. If I can try to zoom in on them. I've got to get backgrounds for these tanks because it's doing my head in with a clear background. It's just sucking the colour out of everything. But I didn't lose any of the red tuxedos. Wasn't as lucky with the golden tuxedos. There's a couple in there that haven't made it. Not much success with them, I think. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means I lost 5, so not the best of odds. They didn't look great when I got them, to be honest. They weren't the best looking fish. Certainly seen better ones. Obviously the guppies, these guys are all going to get moved over into this tub here, which is just mixed guppies. Don't need 2 tanks of them, so I'll just throw them all in here, and they just all breed and we get what we get. I'm not too fussed, to be honest. So they'll all come out, and then I can use this tank for something else. I'm not sure yet, but I'll work that out this weekend. It's going to be busy, and I'm going to get these 6 tanks set up along the top here as well. So I'll have another 6 small tanks to start putting pairs in. I just mucked around with these and got little trios of a few different antlers, guppies. I did put 1 pair of platies in there just for mucking around, but just separated a few fish. They always seem to do well in the small tanks with just a pair or a trio. Always seems to work well. I just threw some chilies in there, and I'm pretty sure, I was looking in there earlier, I was pretty confident I've seen some babies in there. Probably not going to see them now that I've got the bloody camera out. There's definitely babies in there. I might be able to see one right at the back there. There it is. Only tiny, but he's, you can see the eyes. But yeah, there's 3 or 4 cruising around in there, and it's just some black bar antlers in that one. So not to say they'll stay in there, but I'm just setting those tanks up. But I'll set the other 6 up, so I'll get some water in there and get some filters running. I need to get all these other little ones set up because they could come in handy for little grow outs of just a few randoms here and there. And obviously my 2 N1s are ready to use now. I just haven't been using them. There is one little guppy in each one swimming around. They just get in there, so I keep feeding them and I cycle these tanks. Obviously these sponge filters have been in tanks for months and months before I use them, so I cycle them pretty quick and don't overload them with fish early too, which just makes them crash sooner. So big weekend ahead, heaps of plants coming in. I've got a bit of a thing in my head about doing a like an Amazon jungle theme in this room. I just don't know how to go about it. If anyone's got any ideas what would look good, I've been on the web looking for things, and I don't want it to get too dark and dingy, so I've got to kind of still want it to be well lit. And I'm going to put some more lights up for the top of those tanks, which will only help. But and I'm thinking of putting glass tanks in the middle as well, where those tubs are especially, and possibly thinking of putting 2-footers in the middle, so it'll be just like them. Obviously no background on them probably, so you can see straight through the middle. That's the plan at this stage, because the tubs are kind of, they're effective, but they're killing my vibe in here a little bit. So I've been watching a lot of aqua-scaping on YouTube. I don't know if anyone out there does aqua-scaping and that. Obviously I'm not going to go to the extreme of what people do, but I'm going to start decking these out again. The gravel's going back in. I want most of the tanks to at least have the gravel, and I don't know, they just look better. Sorry about the glare, it's not looking great. You know, you look at the ones with nothing on the bottom, and I know I do videos on breeding fish for profit, and I'll still be doing that, but I need it to be visually appealing to keep me interested, and I'm sitting out here chilling obviously, so probably making more work for myself, but I've got a tendency to do that. And obviously the next muck around in here this weekend. I've got 2 tanks in here with water in them. I haven't set up filters yet. I've got a heater in that one. I'm just doing a bit of a temperature check out here to see how this little room's going to go. This weekend I'm going to grab 6 more 2-footers, so that'll be the top 2 layers done on these shells. The bottoms will get done later. There'll probably just be another 4 2-footers, but for now I'll get them 4, I'll get them set up, get an air line in, get them cycling for the next month or 2, which will start giving me some more room. Whether this room becomes just guppies or shrimp, or I don't know yet, I'm undecided, but the same thing, I'll get plants in here as well. I'll get lights up, so the main light won't ever go on, and the lighting in here will be over the tanks, and it makes it look a little bit better. So that's the gist of it. So plenty of work to do. Yeah, but would definitely love some ideas on this room, setting it up as a bit of a jungle Amazon theme. Obviously these plants going mad will only help that, but I was thinking of buying some indoor plants and having them cleaning out that rubbish and having a nice big plant at the end of each aisle, just to take away that plain look, which might only add to it. Certain indoor plants should be alright, don't need much water and so forth, so that's the plan. So yeah, please throw some ideas in the comments, and I'll be all over it for sure. So, but other than that, that's the fish room in a nutshell at the moment. So there's plenty happening still. Still need backings on all of the tanks on this side, and still want to set up second sponge filter in each tank. I do like this 2 sponge filters in most tanks, if I can. And yeah, we'll go from there. So just a quick little video. Thanks for everyone that's been watching them. Channel's actually going really well. I've actually hit 1,500 subscribers in the last few days. It's kind of gone a bit mad, so that's cool. Yeah, so please comment, like, share, subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. I've got the laptop out. I am going to start doing some editing. I don't know what I'm doing as yet, but I've been doing little bits of filming on breeding, like for me cories and different fish and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of footage there that I could edit into some good little clips. So that's what I'll be doing in the future. Just got to get my head around that program and how to do it. I'm not the most tech savvy human, but give us something to do and hopefully start making some good content that people find interesting and might learn something. I'll certainly watch plenty and learn plenty from other people. So yeah, other than that, everyone in Australia, that's why I know it's a long weekend here in SA. Enjoy it, and everyone else all around the world. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.